So let's talk about the Midnight Cruisers. There's a legend in that group. There's probably a few legends in that group. One of them being Rich G.
What's up, homie?
Man, so that guy's like certified, right? He's like a real G right there. Like,
Certified G.
yeah,
Yes, Rich. He's awesome, man.
yeah. Tell me about how you hooked up with them, and then you're singing their songs, and what type of songs you guys are doing.
So I met Rich G through Monty B, my manager. They were looking for a second person, a second singer for whenever she's missing. Well, you could come along and take her place, or And yeah, I went to try. He called me. Rich called me. She gave him my phone number. He called and he was like, "Hey, Mija, well, we hear really good things about you. I want you to come, practice 3 songs and come this day and let's, try out, see what happens." And I'm like, okay. So that day came and I had my 3 Mary Well songs because they're a cover band. We do oldies, so we sing all that. Mary Wells, Bretton Wood, all that war, all that type of stuff. We do the cumbias, we do the that fun, get you dancing. So I go try out that day, and they're like, you know what, we love it. We practice la 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 la, and join us. Make sure you bring your mic and all that, and I was like, okay, hey, I'm in the band, and I was all super excited. So yeah, then that's how I met Rich G. At first, I didn't really know too much of him. I had heard him because I listened to that fucking Chicano rap stuff and all that. I didn't know whose face was or who, until after on, I was just like, oh shit, oh okay, like, oh okay. That's when I was like, damn. And it's just a trip. Same with Tony G, the drummer. He produced that song with Kid Frost, the Kid Frost music, the Raza song, Es por la Raza, and the Familia song. He's just worked with a lot of people. Tony G, like he worked for K-Day for like, I think it was K-Day, yeah, for years. He was a DJ mix master, Tony G. So look him up. I'm like, look him up.
Yeah, so Tony G, he's like, he's the legend Tony G, right?
Yes, he's the legend Tony G.
Yeah, like that guy is like seriously legendary. Like he's a big deal. And then you have Rich G, that is like, I seen a comment like on one of his videos. I started watching his videos when I found out that you were in that band with them. And he's like, they call him like the Mexican Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
But that guy kills it. Like he's got some really good songs.
Voice.
And he's got like it's different because I think I watched like he had like a little documentary. He had like a little thing that he was talking about his life and just how he came up, and really interesting story. Definitely check him out. But there was a thing that he was talking about where in his music, he calls it like kind of like hip hop soul.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to hear. And he's definitely, like I said, he's a certified G right there. So now you're in the band, you get noticed, you get signed. And then the first song that comes out is
Forbidden Fruit.
And you got the famous whistling in there.
Yeah. Yes, I whistle. It's me whistling in that song.
Yeah, and it's just a really cool song, and I think that is like your first song that you've ever written, right?
Yes.
What's the process on that? How did that song come about?
That song came about, I was writing a whole different love song, heartbreaking song, and that I had in mind, and I had this little melody in my head, and I was like, I have this in mind, but I never, one day out of nowhere, I just started kind of like thinking of I was driving and I was just like thinking of like a forbidden fruit. Just kidding. Of that kind of like we were talking about high school or something, and that kept stayed in my head of when like, oh, the girlfriend, that's your friend's boyfriend, but your friend's boyfriend's over here flirting with you kind of, and you're just kind of like, no, like that's my friend. But at the same time, in high school, you're still kind of like emotions, you're learning what the fuck, and it's kind of like yes or no. And I started remembering that, and like I came up with the forbidden fruit part because you were more like my forbidden fruit, and I was like, oh, this is cute. I was just like whistling the, and I started thinking of forbidden fruit, and it just started all coming along. So it was just the little hook that I had in my head, and after I just started coming about the verses, and I was like, oh, and that's what it reminded me of, like that little maybe yes, maybe no type of feel.
Yeah, and then so the person that worked on these songs with you is Jay Shanklin, who
Yes,
was in.
rest in peace.
Yeah, so let's talk about him. So he was in a funk band and he did some other tracks as well. Now, did the music come first? Did he bring the track to you, or did you come up with the lyrics and then they brought the track back to you?
I came up with the lyrics first, and I was just right there. Cause you were more like my forbidden, singing it to him, and he created something, a beat, and then from there I was like, okay, and then I was like, okay, well, I want to make it sound type of like 50ish, like the 50s. I was like, I definitely want maybe like a tambourine or instruments, make it very like. And when he showed it to me, I was just like, oh my god, yes, I like this. And it was just like that. After they heard me and that I was just like whistling the song, they're like, why don't you have the whistle? And I was like, you know what, yes, I should have the whistle. And that's how we just all put it together. But yeah, he was really good with music. Unfortunately, he passed last February 2020.
And then you also had The Best Thing That Ever Happened to You, by the late Rudy Solis. Can you tell us about that? Yeah, can you tell us about that song, how that came about?
When I first got with the label, they had already spoke to him. My manager and Charlie, my boss, they had already spoken to him of like me, and he really liked my how I sounded. So he told them, like, you know what, I want to work with her. So they came about to want to work with me, Rudy, and they were like, okay, let's do this. And yeah, I got to like meet up with them, and I was just like, oh wow.
Yeah, now this guy, he's legit, right? This guy's got some like bona fide hits. He's been doing it for a long period of time. Yes,
Yeah.
rest in peace. He just passed away.
Yeah.
What was it
sad.
like? So were you guys working on the song together? Was he there in the process, or did
Yeah.
he just record? Okay, so what was it like working with him?
It was fun. He was very understanding, very like, you do your thing, do it. Of course, he had some type of direction of like how he wanted it to sound or what he wanted me to do, but he was just pretty much like, you sing it how you feel like it is gonna come out. And of course, it was super nerve-wracking to me to work with him. I was just kind of like, fuck, like I can't. I was trying my best, but I could tell like in my voice, it was like, bitch, like focus. You sound nervous. And especially because I have him like right there watching me, and I'm like, fuck, don't look at me. So I kind of like move away and hide a little bit. But eventually, like I warmed up to it. We did redo the song a few times because I was kind of like, no, it sounds off, or no, I don't like how I sound right here, until we fucking redid that shit, and bam. But it was fun because I really like the fact that like these other, like Forbidden Fruit, my first song that I did, and even these other songs that I did, some of the songs are created on like a computer, you know what I mean? And I also like the live. So I love the fact that we were fucking right there, and his band Tierra was right there and fucking playing the song, and I was just kind of like, let's sing this, So they recorded the instruments before, I was still kind of warming up to the song. I just sang to it, and they got it down, and then fucking afterwards when we did the vocals, like the actual thing, Yeah, but it was fun, and it was like a awesome experience that I'm never gonna forget, and like an awesome opportunity as well. Like super thankful for Joanna and Rudy, and rest in peace, and I'm so sorry for your loss, Joanna. Horrible.
So when you got
Really
that
bad.
news, what was just going through your mind when you hear about, Rudy passing?
The first thing I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait, are you sure? I had to call back and be like, are you sure? Because it was just like random as heck. Like it was just the first thing that I thought was just like, oh my God, Joanna, like poor Jo, like that's the first thing that I thought of. The first person I thought of, Joanna, like, oh my goodness, and I'm like his kids, his family, like, like I can't believe this, and it was just something that like it was unexpected. Like it was just random, and it was so sad. Like I right away called my manager, like I have horrible news, and I told her, and she's like, what? And right away she's like, let me call Joanna. I didn't even call her. Even to this day I haven't called her because I don't know what to tell her. I just sent her a really long text because I know everybody was gonna be hitting her up, and I sent her this long text of like, you don't even know what to say. Like I didn't even want to say anything because you don't know. There's no words to like, you know but I let her know how I felt and that I'm here, and I'm pretty sure I'll see her soon and give her that big warm hug that she yeah, it was just a shocking, very sad.
Yeah, I mean, the positive thing that you can take out of that is that you have this song that's going to be forever, something that, he's worked on and the band's worked on. So, I mean, that's really, to me, that's like something, again, you could take, and show someone
Yeah.
and, and give these story because there's not many people, I'm sure, that have the story that you have to be able to work with a legend, legends like that on their record.
Yeah, man, it was an awesome experience. Definitely something to like. Whew, thank you, baby Jesus.
I'd want to talk about the next song that you came out with, which is Good Time. What really caught my attention on this is that, so it's a Kelly Finnegan song, right? And the sentiments. And it's like, he's still singing this song. Like he's like probably performing it somewhere, some way. And it's used as the beat. I'm like, man, that is like rock and roll. Like that's super risky. But that song is like completely different than the stuff that you've done. It's kind of like a hip hop soul, and I love the way you sing on it. I love the way the beat is. Who made that beat? How did that song come about?
That song was brought to me by Samuel James. He is also part of Round Two. He recently got signed with Round Two. I've been knowing this dude for like a few years now, and we've made music before. We have music on SoundCloud. I do his hooks, and he, does the rapping or whatever. And he's the one that's been helping me right now produce. Like he's been the one making my music. So he had this beat, and he's pretty much like, you know what? I have this song for you, and I have these songs for you. He's like, it's up to you if you want to do it. And because I had already told him, I was like, you know what? I need you to help me with songwriting because he's really good at that. He's really, really good at songwriting. And I was like, what I kind of like. And he brings these really good tracks to me that I'm just kind of like, you got me. Like, I feel this. So he got that track for me. And he pretty much wrote the whole song. He wrote it. It's and he was just like, do your thing. He's like, do your thing on it. So yeah, I had been telling him, I was like, you know what, I want to kind of like mix it. I don't want all my songs to sound the same. I don't want it to all be oldies or all to be hip hop or to all be poppy. Like I want something of everything. And I could do a little bit of everything. I love a little bit of everything. So I was like, let's, I want to mix shit up. So let's try to do that. And he came about with this, and I was like, I love this. And the song, he just always gives me a reference of him singing it, how it's gonna go. And he's like, okay, just do it how you want to do it. If you don't like what this word says, and you can switch it up or fuck with it, whatever you want. And that's what I pretty much did. And yeah, it came about, and I was just, oh, I love this song.
Yeah,
I
no,
love that song.
it's a really cool song, and you know it's like the soul scene, everyone's kind of chasing like the cover, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, you've done some covers like online, I'm pretty sure there's covers that are going to come out, but what I like about that song particularly is that it's definitely something different. It's still soul, but it's definitely something different. It's almost like a page up from like Rich G. Like he's got like the hip hop sound, the hip hop, you know, flavor, but then he's singing on top of it, and it just works. Like it works so well. So, are there more songs like that that are gonna come out? Is that gonna be like one of your styles?
Yeah, I really love that. So that's on, like, I want to mix it. I don't want to keep it, you know, like, I really love like that Lauryn Hill type of shit, fucking feel, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't want to, let's mix shit. Like, it sounds dope when you mix shit. So let's do a little bit of that. I obviously want like some Spanish shit in there too. I just like I like everything. So I don't want to just stick to one certain thing, and you know, let's mix it up and put 2 and 2 and fucking create.
Yeah, no, I love it, because like when that song dropped, I seen one of your posts on Instagram, and when that song dropped, I'm like, it just like threw me for like a loop, because I was expecting like, you know, another oldie type sound, you know, another type of ballad type sound, and then that came in, I was like, what? Like, wow, that sounds just cool. So yeah, I'm excited for that, for new stuff that's gonna come out, you know, sounding like that. And it's just different, because I think everyone's kind of in that lane right now. Everyone's trying to do the cover, everyone's trying to do like the new, it's not bad, it's cool, but it's like you definitely took it another route, and I love that about what stuff that you're doing. It's just all mixed up. So do you have any other when's like the next music coming out? Do you have anything coming up soon?
I have more songs. I think we're probably just gonna wait to just release the full album. We're trying to do this maybe before summer. So by summer, you know, my album be bumping. But we are gonna make a video for Good Time. So maybe that's the next thing that's gonna come out, my video for Good Time. And after that, hopefully, you know, the album. Bam. But yeah, and all those songs are gonna be in the album, of course. I am working on a cover song. So yeah, I'm like, so yeah, stay tuned.
Well, I definitely want to thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. I had a great time hanging out with you at the party. I know we can't say that really with all the celebs that were there, but yeah, I really thank you for doing this. I'm really excited for the stuff that's going to come out. You have an amazing story. I can't wait till everyone sees this. But yeah, if you can, just let everybody know your name and where they can find all your stuff, and I'll put all the links there at the bottom.
Well, my name is Elvia Cadena. Thank you for Universal Groove for having me. Make sure you guys, it's shaking. Make sure you guys check me out on my YouTube. It's under Elvia Cadena. I'm also on Instagram under Elvia Chain. Facebook, Elvia Cadena. You guys can find my music out on all digital platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Pandora, you name it. And make sure you guys go on YouTube and check out my music videos as well. Check out round2music.co so you guys can purchase your t-shirts. I have t-shirts on sale, masks, keep masks up. And yeah, so check me out.
Take a cruise in your car. I can make waves with my arms. Take me downtown. Tell me what right, trying to get my paper right, trying to get my hoops right, trying to get my hula hoop skirt tied. Who you know I'm not a good girl, baby. Damn right I'm not such a good girl. Tell me what it's all about, baby. Tell me what it's all about, baby. I don't wanna waste your time, waste my time, trying to figure out if you're mine. Do you know I love a good time? You can pick me up around 9. You could call me your shawty. Pick me up a couple of 40s. Tell me that you're loving me. Put your arms around me. Who you know I love a good vibe, baby. Damn right I love a good vibe. Tell me what it's all about, baby. Tell me what it's all about, baby. I don't wanna waste your time, waste my time, trying to figure out if you're mine. Who you know I love a good time. Tell me what it's all about, baby. Tell me what it's all about, baby. I don't wanna waste your time, waste my time, trying to figure out if you're mine. Who you know I love a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't sound too loud.
A little tiny bit, but it's good.
Have to sing loud with it. At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over. And life is like a song. Oh, yeah, yeah, at last. The skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up